guess. So maybe in a way this is kind of the payoff of it. But yeah, this mod is fantastic and really immersive. It's really dark too. Like everything's really dark and kind of gets you more into it. Here I'm like running up on 50 fucking bandits, and I have like a tree as cover. And I have like 2 shots in this pistol, so I gotta make it last. And I have a shotgun, I think. Yeah, Stalker shootouts. Some of the best shootouts in gaming. I know it's okay, that might be an exaggeration, but the AI of Stalker and the amount of shots it takes to kill you, it just adds this, like, it's super tactical. Like, they like to flank you and go all over the place. They're really unpredictable. I've been flanked by them, and, like, man, they scare the shit out of me sometimes, how, like, real it is. The bandits, that is. Suka-blia. Cheeky-bleaky. Yeah. And, oh, see, there, I just got shot in the arm, and I dropped my goddamn gun because I got shot in the arm. Like, only in Stalker does that shit happen. Like, you're having a shootout, and you just, like, get shot in the arm, and you fucking fling your pistol across the ground, and you don't know where it is. Like, that's fucking immersive. We need to make a new game, like a new Stalker, like Stalker fucking 4. It needs to happen. I don't understand why, like, that one company went and made Survivarium, because they had one developer from Stalker, but it's like... God, so much potential in this fucking franchise and this license. Whatever GTS Game Worlds is doing with it right now, I guess they're just sitting on it. Like, they're doing it wrong. They need to sell it or, like, make a new Stalker and make it, like, at least as good as this mod is for Shadow Chernobyl. Like, that can't be that hard. Like, the technology obviously exists. It's here. It's in action right now. They can just do something to make it better. It would be fantastic. Escape from Tarkov is cool. It's basically like... I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit overhyped because I watched gameplay, and yes, the animations look nice, but the animations in some of these mods for Stalker look nice too. And they don't necessarily fundamentally change the gameplay. Yes, they make it more immersive, but, you know, it doesn't necessarily add a new experience. And I'm afraid that Escape from Tarkov is a pretty game, but it's not going to be, like, it's going to animate well, and like things are going to look really realistic, and there's going to be cool, like, weapon checking and jamming and such. That's cool, but, like, what's going to make it different than, like, DayZ and all the other knockoff competitors, like, in Rust and such? Like, Rust has something going for it that the other games don't, with its, like, base building and like, its fluidity. Like, it's pretty good at what it does. It's not perfect, and I don't certainly think it's the best game in survival in the genre, but it's good. I'm just afraid for Escape from Tarkov. It has potential, like I said, and that's important. I guess maybe I shouldn't discount it this early. I'm afraid that, like, if I get hyped, I'm just going to be disappointed. And it is a multiplayer only thing. Now, if there was some, like, AI, then god damn, I would buy Escape from Tarkov in like a second. If there was, like, dynamic bandit shootouts like this, like, all the time, I'm down, I'm game, I'll buy it. But if it's just multiplayer only, I know what's gonna happen. People are gonna start hacking after, like, 3 weeks. No one's gonna want to play anymore because, like, the meta is broken now because people have, like, instant spawned in weapons and bullshit. And let's say they don't have that happen. Like, let's say for once in a million years someone actually doesn't hack the goddamn game. Let's watch some more gameplay. This is already up on my channel. Yeah, this gameplay right here is fucking immersive as fuck. Alright. Like, that's what I want in a survival game. Like, I don't care if it's multiplayer. I don't think that the fact that it's multiplayer makes it any better. Actually, most of the time, it makes it worse. And, when you have a single-player game, or, you know what, it could be multiplayer, but the multiplayer should be, like, in it after the fundamental game is built, if that makes sense. Like, we have, Stalker's mod called, oh god, what's it fucking called? I'm an idiot all of a sudden. The one that makes everything, like, really depressing and really realistic. The mod that, like, everyone talks about when they talk about Stalker. That one, whatever. No one's hacked Red Orchestra 2 yet? Are you sure about that? Like, maybe you're right, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling at least someone's god moded or, like, wall hacked in that at least, but maybe, I don't know. I don't see hackers on there, though. You're right. I don't think I've seen people hack on Red Orchestra 2. Or even Killing Floor 2. Actually, people have hacked Killing Floor 2. That's another Tripwire interactive game. but I hear it's like only aimbots. But it's a co-op game, so it doesn't really like matter at the end of the day. Yeah, okay, back on subject here. I just don't want Escape from Tarkov to be another DayZ, and I don't want like the Stalker license to die, because there's so much fucking potential, and it doesn't have to be multiplayer. Like, yes, that would make a lot of people more happy, but I want like a good Stalker single-player open world game again that has like fluid animations, realistic medical kind of things that you need to keep yourself like aware of, like keep antibiotics on you at all times, and not just like click on it and then you're cured kind of antibiotics. I mean, like, you fucking pull the pill bottle, you have to get 2 pills and like put them in your goddamn mouth and then wait a couple hours and then put 2 more in, you know, that kind of gameplay. That's what makes Stalker cool to me, or it has like the potential to do that. God, what's the mod called? Oh god, I'm an idiot. Still. Those are the kind of games that I personally can sink endless amounts of time in. And maybe it's not like represented on my Steam profile very well, but like, this is me not shooting any enemies and just walking around, and this has completely got me like entranced. I had my headphones on when I was playing this, and I was just like, fuck everything else. This is my game. Like, this is what I'm playing. I have all these single-player games with great stories and great narratives I could be playing right now, but I'd rather just sit here and throw bolts at a goddamn wall because there's an anomaly possibly right there, but it might just be a thing of wind. I don't know, because we're out in the fucking wilderness here, and we could die if, like, a dog bites us. So, like, or, like, an anomaly hits us in the face. Like, we'll just bleed to death because we don't have a lot of bandages left. Like, that is an experience, and I think that gaming has that, as a medium, has the potential to be an experience more so than any book or movie can be, because books and movies are really just retellings of stories that people have come up with, whereas like a game is crafting a new story like dynamically all the time. Like here I'm just like, well, I've got a couple shots from my pistol, not a lot, but that dog was in the way and I needed to get down there to check, and then I shot him a couple times and he's run off. All's good, right? I'm safe. No more dogs. Oh wait, there's another dog hiding in the goddamn shadows right there. I didn't even see him. So now I'm like stealthing around, kind of suppressive firing in there, and then he runs off. Like, I know this isn't like that dynamic gameplay or anything, it's not like anything crazy, but like, that was like an encounter. That like doesn't happen to everybody who's playing, and I like that shit. I don't know. And then I'm kind of getting a little bit of radiation when I was standing over there, and I don't know. I'm taking it all in, I guess. I don't play a lot of Shadow of Chernobyl. I've played a lot of the other 2 Stalker games, so I'm not really like, I know the beginning of the game what to do, but I'm not completely familiar with like the rest of it, if that makes sense. And I guess I'm kind of lost here. Let's skip ahead a bit. Oh, yeah. So, I think it's, where is it that I saw that? Okay, yeah. Alright, here. Here I'm just kind of like, mind my own business. And those are the dead military dudes I had to kill earlier. That was a really cool thing that happened. That's kind of dynamic. And then these goddamn, like, boar things come out of nowhere. And I'm like, ah, shit. Luckily, I had an AK-40 or 74U that pulled off a dead soldier there. So, that little ambush could have easily killed me if I only had a pistol. But I managed to, you know, get lucky, essentially. And that's another cool thing about survival games. You're not always lucky, especially not in Stalker, and that's a gameplay like core design that I think is really neat. Like, if you took the extra 2 seconds of time to go like search a house and get some extra ammo or some bandages or something, that could down the line have like really big repercussions. I guess if I were to like make a video game like this, that would be like the design that I'd go with.
A stalker by the name of Fox is coming back from a raid. Looks like he had a rough time.
So I have all this footage and I really didn't know what to do with it, so I guess that's why I'm recording this right now for you guys. Just kind of just talking about it and how immersive it was. I might actually make this into a video later just to like upload it, I guess. Oh yeah, the gameplay of Stalker is clunky as fuck. Like, no denying that. That's why I mod it. Don't play Stalker. I mean, okay. It's probably really loud. I don't think you guys can hear me over that shit. That was a cool encounter. That's scripted, though, to be honest, but still a cool little part in Stalker. I really like that part.
We're done with those mutants.
Yeah, back on to what you said, though. Yeah, the gameplay is clunky, but it also has a lot of things that other video games don't even have. This game had bullet drop before, like, bullet drop was in many shooters at all. I mean, S.T.A.L.K.E.R is actually kind of like a pioneer of a lot of FPS mechanics, surprisingly. Like, other games had them, but this game did it in an open world environment with, like, dynamic AI that was always roaming across the map, doing things, and I don't know. There's actually a lot of realism, too. There's bullet penetration in this game. I'm not sure if the mods add bullet penetration or if it was in it, but I think it was as default in vanilla. I could be wrong about that, but I think bullet penetration and, like, ballistics were, like, a big thing that made S.T.A.L.K.E.R kind of stand apart, even without it being modded. Now, with it being modded, there's a lot of new features like different ammo types for weapons that you can load. Not in this mod necessarily. This mod is just for Shadow of Chernobyl, but the ones for Call of Pripyat are like way more in-depth and way more interesting with like the survival mechanics. This mod is good because it like keeps a lot of the traditional gameplay while including a few extra new like things and animations and guns. And it also changed, like, it changes the atmosphere, so, like, the weather is more dynamic and cooler, and the gameplay is a little bit more refined. And it's a bit darker, too, as you can tell. Like, the contrast is really, like, it's not really lower, but it's harder, like, to see. It's like the brightness got turned down. And this game had all of the stuff that made DayZ good before DayZ did. That's another reason I think S.T.A.L.K.E.R is excellent. Like, the whole concept of having to, like, bandage and then find health kits and all of that good stuff and have to take medicine when you get sick and then, you know, you want to be stealthy at times. Like, everything that DayZ did that people thought was super innovative and cool, like, S.T.A.L.K.E.R was doing in 2007. Like, that's a game license that needs to get revived. I'm not sure why they're just sitting on it. But yeah. That's been my S.T.A.L.K.E.R rant. My voice is fucking going out. That's sad. Alright, but enough of that. Thank you for dealing with me going through all that shit. 'Cause, I don't know. I think we started this conversation off about ASMR, then it just turned into, like, why S.T.A.L.K.E.R